Hi everybody. So I'm going to be making a Mississippi roast today. So what I do, I don't put it straight in the crock pot. I did the first few times I made it, but then I was making another kind of roast one time, and I looked up on the internet the best, just a different way to do it, and they said to pan sear it first to give it kind of that brownish look or brown it, a little crust on it, whatever you want to say. So I'm gonna do it that way. I have my roast right here. So it's a 2 point something pounds, almost. It's about 237. So it's gonna be cooked on low for 8 hours. Um, how I'm gonna do it? I'm gonna do a variation of the Mississippi roast. I'm not putting pepperoncinis or however you say it, but I am doing the butter. Um, Hold on. I'm doing it mostly the same, but I'm adding a few things. Um, so my version. Hold on, guys. I just barely got back from the store, and I got some things that it turns out I maybe didn't need because I forgot I had them already. Um. Okay. They were out of regular cream mushroom, but for me, it's probably better anyway. They only had fat free and they had reduced sodium. I went with the reduced sodium. Cream mushroom. I'm gonna put some of this. I'm gonna, of course, put some butter than bouillon. The butter and bouillon and stuff isn't really relevant to this step with searing it. Because that's just gonna be what I put in the crock pot. But soy sauce, Worcestershire or whatever it's called. 1 packet of this ranch. What's this one? These are for something else. And then I forgot I got this at Walmart the other day. 1 packet of this beefy onion. And so it's not Mississippi roast, but I'm just calling it that because I'm kind of using some of the elements of that, but I'm just gonna do it a different way a little bit. I was gonna use some of this, but then I just, like I said, I was looking for this and found this. So I forgot that I had it. Bought that. So this is a good deal. It was a 4 pack of ranch dressing, 1 ounce packet. That's what you need for the recipe, and then the butter. I actually could just use half that butter because I'm not doing the full-on recipe. And then of course my regular seasonings. Right now I'm just and then this, a little droplet of this. This is a staple of my mom's house. Stater Brothers brand, of course. I have the Vaughn's brand. Haven't made it to Staters like I wanted to. Okay, so for this step, don't judge me. I do rinse my meat. I know there's an argument over that. I do. It's just a creature of habit. I was gonna not do it because they say it's not necessary and stuff like that. But because it's gonna be cooked out. But that's just how we've always done it. So that's how I'm gonna continue to do it. To each their own. Okay, so I'm gonna use, just for the searing part, I have Montreal steak seasoning, reduced sodium over there. But there's a little olive oil in that skillet, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of this. I got the cut that had like my mom always said, the marbled, fatty. There was one that was just a little bit cheaper that didn't have that much, so I like the one with a little bit of chewiness to it. I know it's kind of weird because a lot of people are like, "Ew, I don't want no gristle or anything." I don't like that part either, really, but since they weren't that, difference in price, I just got it. Actually, I needed to use this during the crock pot part. Okay, so all I need for this step is the Montreal steak, and then I'm using I just use Montreal steak, and I use some of this. But I'll be right back. I'm gonna go put this in the skillet with a sear on one side and sear on both sides, and then I'm gonna put it in the crock pot. All right, guys. So Big Daddy roast right there. I just was in the mood for it because, it's getting that time, that time of year. That's why all the cream of mushroom was bought up. And I was talking in my video on the way to the store, when I was walking to the store. You guys, they didn't have the sugar-free pudding either. Banana pudding either. So yeah, there's definitely something going on with that. It's probably just a supply issue. Oh, that seasoning smell good. What did I put? I put this. This was supposed to be for the crock pot part. You guys, get this in your kitchen. It makes anything taste gourmet. It's just good. It has a little bit of everything in it. Only thing I don't like about the jar though is it always gets kind of clumped. So you have to shake it a little bit sometimes. I don't know if it's because of the temperature or what. Okay, so you know how with the Mississippi roast you put the stick of butter, and then you put the ranch, and then for this recipe, well, for my variation of it, I'm gonna put a can of this, and then I really don't know if I should use this for this. I was gonna do a pot roast another time. And maybe I should save that for that. But if I don't use this, I gotta use some type of they want you to use au jus. I just got regular baby powder. So yeah, I want to save this, you guys, because I think there's already gonna be enough sodium, and from the ranch and the butter, because I use salted butter, and then just the seasonings I'm going to be adding anyway. So I'm just going to do it with this. And I don't like the low sodium versions of these. I got one once and it had the weirdest. Let me flip this. It had the weirdest taste ever. It tasted so funky. Like, it had a really bitter. And I think it was a name brand one too. I think it was McCormick. So that's why I just went with the store brand, because I just feel like, I don't know. I don't feel it's a big deal with these type of things. So. Alright, so the only deviations I guess I'm going to do are, I'm going to add this, and then I'm going to add some of this, and then I'm going to add some better than bouillon. So that's already, oh, and then Worcestershire and, what's that called? I'm trying to think what that's called. Soy sauce. Now, I like to sometimes do things kind of like where I see it happening. Like on visual. Like some guy was trying to teach me something at work like a week or two ago. And I was like telling him to write it, because it's like when I see it and when I see someone doing it, it's easier for me than if I'm just told it and then it's like, oh, okay, you do that. And then I'm just... So, I like to kind of see, for example, I like to see putting this, and oh, I gotta get the garlic out of the freezer. I like seeing it when I'm putting into it, so that I know, and I'm not like double doing it or whatever. So, that's why I sometimes do that with my measuring cup. But I think I'm okay here, just doing this, because that's another thing to clean if I do that. So I'm gonna open this up. That's about done over there. It doesn't have to be totally seared, because once it's in the crock pot, it's gonna you're not really gonna notice it when it's done. But sometimes I do like a little caramelization on it. Okay, let me get this thing ready. Now, I don't want to do too much, because, as I said, about it. I just, as long as it's seared a bit. Alright, I'm gonna get this started. So it's gonna be on low. Okay, let me get the cooking spray. And oh yeah, I don't need to do that because I already put. Or should I get a little olive oil? Hold on. And then I'm gonna go get the garlic. Dude, I hate this freaking burner. It always does that. This oven's even like old. There's something with like the mechanism. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of, just drizzle this on the bottom. Alexa, do you put water in Mississippi roast?
Here's something I found on the web. According to cookiteasy.net, add enough water to just cover roast.
Wait, what did she say? Alexa, do you put water in Mississippi roast?
Roger Waters.
What? Okay. I was about to get a jar of that crushed garlic I like, but I have these. I got from Traders. I like these too, but they go in the freezer. It smells like fresh garlic. So they aren't always. I mean, the other one goes in the refrigerator and it lasts a long time. I'm gonna do about 2 of these. One is a clove garlic, so this is really convenient. You can get it at Trader Joe's. See, they come in little individual portions. Each one is a garlic clove. Okay. Now this is gonna be the most important part for me because it's all about the gravy for me. So I'm gonna put 1 can of this cream of mushroom in the bottom. They say this recipe I was just looking at, she said to put just the roast on the bottom, but I don't care. I'm gonna do it the way I want to do it. Okay. You didn't hear me. I thought Alexa, do I put water in Mississippi roast?
From GardenGuides.com. Water your roses daily during the heat of
Watering
Mississippi
roses?
summers.
Forget it, Alexa. I'm gonna start fussing at it like my dad does. He's gonna stop. I don't want to hear that. He'll like literally start fussing at the Google guy. I thought she said in the first one to put enough to cover the roast. Alexa, do you put water in the Mississippi roast?
Here's something I found on the web. According to cookiteasy.net, add enough water to just cover roast.
Oh. Alright, let me stir this up a little bit. Because, gotta remember, meat has its own water in it already. So I don't want to dilute all the flavor because, honestly, the gravy is the most important part. Always. And, okay, wait. Ooh, it's hot. Okay, I think this has been seared enough. I don't want it to get like a big cut of meat. Like for a skillet. Okay, so let me add a little bit of this. Better than bouillon. Like some people use this in their stuff. I use it in most of my cooking. Better than bouillon. But sometimes I forget, and so I'm like, oh, I added this other stuff, you know. And like I said, Costco has that big one that's reduced sodium, I think, or organic. I forgot. There was something different about the Costco one because I got it there. And okay, so Oh, since I'm not using that onion one, I'll just open this and put some of this. Oh, did you see that? Whoa, it's a mess. It's a mess. I don't want to put too much because that's gonna be real salty right there. I don't really use the beef version that much. I use the chicken because it's very like well, I gotta wash this off. It's very versatile. So it kind of like to me, adding the chicken one doesn't really hurt anything. That's why I add it to like mostly everything I'm cooking. I need to go. Okay. Add a little bit more water to that. Okay, all these bottles are getting away. Okay, guys. So, I'm about to put the roast in the thing. So, here's the roast. I tried to sear it, but it's just, I feel like it's not that big of a deal. Put all them drippings up in there. I can't wait to get my Instapot because my mom has one, like the bootleg one, and it does cook things way faster. Like, I remember just always being scared when her pressure cooker would go off back in the day. Pressure cooker, I would be like, ah! And like jump. And I just feel like for someone like me, big scaredy cat, like it's better to get one of those. She's had like two of them, so I don't know. I forgot why she had to replace the first one. But all right, so now I'm just gonna add the other stuff. I'm gonna add some low sodium soy sauce. Sorry guys, it's like no way for me to show all this. Like it's really cluttered in here. Some Worcestershire. I'm just adding like a little bit of these because they aren't really like needed that much. Okay, I'll do all this at the end. Some of this teriyaki marinade. Oh yeah. I pulled way too much of it. Oh my god, you guys, the bottle, I lost control of the bottle. Okay, it's gonna probably have a freaking sweetness to it, which normally for me wouldn't be a problem, but I don't want it to be too sweet. Okay. A little bit of adobo. A little bit of onion salt. Just a shake of that because it already has all this stuff in it from all these other things. A little bit of the Spike gourmet seasoning stuff. I actually can put a lot of that because it's like it has a really good taste to it. Okay. And last but not least, I'm going to add the main stuff. Okay. I'm going to add 1 pack of ranch dressing. I'm going to add 1 packet of gravy mix. And I'm gonna add. Oh wait, let me just stir this all around. Flip this thing over. That's why I like mixing it in the measuring cup, because then it's all powdered up on the side. And I learned the hard way, you guys, years ago, making short ribs one time in the crock pot. I didn't put enough seasoning. I just put I put a packet of that Lipton stuff, and so I was like, oh, that's fine. And then a can of the cream of mushroom, and just light seasoning. Because I was like, well, the Lipton and stuff's already gonna have a lot of salt, so. And I kind of deviated from my mom's recipe a bit, and yeah, it was a mistake because the meat didn't have no flavor really. Okay, last but not least, 1 stick of butter. Doing it just a tad bit different. Ay, I hate when spices fall over. Okay, guys, so this is gonna go in the crock pot on low for 8 hours. Sorry I can't show it really well. Alright, so I will be back to show the finished product in about 8 hours. 8.5 hours. Alright, talk to you guys later. Bye! Have a good Sunday.